There we go. Okay, welcome to Grading Basics. I'm so excited about this. There's a lot of stuff that's been really on my mind and things that I have been really seeing and being able to talk with you guys. And I just really want to be able to help you and to really find your way. Um, and really showcase that everyone has a creative side, even though you might not feel like you do, but we all really do. And I'm going to give you guys some questions, things to think about that you may never even really even considered. So I'm going to share my screen right now. And okay, can you guys see that? Yeah. Okay, perfect. Okay. So we are going to go over, and I'm going to put this as presentation mode so we can all see this. Okay, so I'm going to go over creating graphics today. It's something that I absolutely love doing, and I want to show you guys how easy it is and how I do it. I will be completely honest, I don't put a lot of like planning in it because I use Canva to my benefit. And I'll show you how like I kind of find things, whatnot. But before we really get into that, I really want to get you thinking about a few things before, because you, in order to show up, in order to figure out what you want to create, how you want to show up on your social media, how you want to show up in your stories, it all starts with your goal. Where are you going? What is your goal? What's your passion? Like, if you don't know what that is, then you're not going to know where you want to head. So you might be feeling stuck. You might be feeling discouraged. You might be feeling like, I feel like I keep spinning my wheels, but nothing's happening. And I really want you to take a step back and really think about, like, how am I showing up right now? Am I showing up how I want to show up? I really want you to get honest with yourself. You can drop it in the chat if you want to share. You don't have to if you don't want to. I can't see it on my end right now because I'm sharing my screen. But I want to think about where you are right now. And you kind of see all these people. And I wanted to showcase, and I wish I think I saved it because I really wanted to show it with the group, but it was actually over on Facebook, and it was some kind of presentation at some college. And it had like those foam pits, and this guy was like dancing, and he was like climbing up stairs, and it was representing trying to achieve a goal and what it looks like in between, because a lot of people will see the beginning and the end, but they don't see what goes on in the middle. And yes, you're going to climb really high and you're going to fall right back down. You're going to crawl and climb, and you're going to walk, and you're going to stumble, and you're going to fall. And it's the part of growth. That is something that I was listening to my podcast today, and I was really reflecting back in my 20s. And, I kind of shared on my stories, like, I really wish in my 20s, I would have known that I'm not going to know who I am. Like, I'm always going to learn who I am every single day, because we have seasons of life. We have seasons of growth. We have things that change, and we change. Like, we are never the same person. Like, look back 5 years ago. Compare yourself 5 years ago. Are you different now? I bet 100% you are. And that's how success is. That's how growth is. Growth is not meant to be this beautiful like process. It's messy, but when you get to where that growth, where you want to be, I can tell you it's going to feel freaking good. It's going to feel amazing. But it's the in between. You have to recognize, like, okay, how am I going to show up? How am I going to put myself where I need to be, but not putting myself so far ahead that I can't even take that next step? Because what usually happens, you try to take that next step and you fall really hard and you feel discouraged. And then that coping mechanism, which for me, it's taken me a while, but being able to be in this community, it's helped me realize, like, we're all human beings. We're going to mess up. We're going to be really messy at it. And it's okay. Like, you are never going to know what is meant for you if you keep sitting on the sidelines. And that was something that was a hard reality check for myself, because like I knew I was capable of it, but I was so terrified of, oh crap, sorry. But I was so terrified of failing. I was so terrified of letting myself down, because I had this idea like of this perfection, because I needed to be good at it, because so I would be accepted by others. So I would be accepted by my family, which really that's a lot of stuff that resided in. And I didn't even realize this until getting in this community. And I can tell you that boundaries is so important. And I talk about time management. And the only way you're going to really realize that is you taking action, but us coming together as a community, as a team, like linking arms together, asking questions, like getting more involved and interacting with each other, you will build that confidence. And the thing is, we're not born with confidence. We create the confidence. Let's see, what did you see? This is something I really want you to think about. What did you see in this business right before you clicked that promoter button? What made you excited? What made you click that button? Okay, I really want you to take yourself back, however long it was. Okay, I want you to think about that. What got you excited about it? So the thing about goals, I want you to brain dump. Brain dumping is such a great way, because sometimes we get so scatterbrained and we think we know the information, what we're feeling, what we're thinking. But when we put it on paper, it kind of opens up. It becomes a little bit more clear. But goals have to be broken up. Goals have to be cut into pieces and cut further down, because if you don't do that, you are not setting a plan up for yourself. And not meaning like, and I'm not talking about like money solely, because this business can do so much more when you start putting your focus away from money and towards growth and serving others. Like that will come, but the growth within you needs to begin. It needs to start. It needs to grow. So defining your goals, determine what you need to do to accomplish that goal. What's your time management looks like? What's your day-to-day? What's your week-to-week? The best way that I do it, I plan week by week. If I know something big's coming ahead, yeah, I'm going to put it on my calendar, but I don't plan a month ahead, because plans change, things happen. I get too stressed about that. So if I can focus more of things that I can control, which I can look at a week and be like, okay, like this week I have a lot of meetings, like I have a lot of trainings that I need to do. And, I have pockets of time where I can get 10 minutes in doing this task that I know that I can get my business further, which could be following up, could be connecting with new people, coming here and cheering you guys on and doing everything that I can to help and support you guys. Like always figuring out what that is and dividing your goals into high level sub goals, meaning whatever that goal is, you got to break it up in a whole bunch of other subcategories. Because once you do that, because here's the thing, every accomplishment, even if it's like a super tiny one and you feel like that's nothing to be like cheering about, you need to cheer about that, because the subconsciousness in you needs that. And it's kind of crazy, like if you really get into learning about like your subconsciousness and how you can retrain, like our brain is always growing. Like that's just wild to me. Like our brain is always developing. Like I worked in a senior center and working with seniors, like it's amazing how our brains grow and then it starts reverting back. Like your brain is continually shifting. So don't feel like you can't I don't want to say reprogram yourself, but the reality is like we are programmed, right? since we were little, how we do things, how we function in society, like how we do all these things. Like you still have control over yourself. Um, let's see. And then plan when to do the first step. And the biggest thing is nothing needs to be beautiful. Nothing needs to be perfect. Be messy, make it messy, because that's when you learn the most in things. And I love this last because it's execute, repeat, and adjust as needed. It's okay to adjust. It doesn't mean like you shift your goals around. It doesn't mean that you're saying no to your goal. No, it's not, because you're realizing, okay, I came to this next step and I realized that I need to shift some things around. It's okay to do that. Okay. All right, here we go. Sorry, this cough is still going. Okay. What are your pillars? We know that we have the pillar sheet from the fives list. If you haven't done this, I really, really encourage you to do that. If you've done the pie chart that Laurel's talked about, that's a great one too that you can use. Pull that out. When it comes to content pillars, which is like the same thing, think of educational, engaging, entertaining, and promotional. Okay. You always want a mixture of all of those. Okay. And then I know it might feel really overwhelming right now, but I promise you it's going to get easy. But the tip that I have for you in your notes section, any ideas that come to your mind throughout the day, and I swear it comes at the weirdest times, the weirdest moments, jot it down in your notes. Come back to it whenever you're sitting down working, like it will help you tremendously. And the biggest thing, how to do it, you have to schedule yourself. You have to start setting boundaries. Like this business is not a 9 to 5. It's not. And we really feel like that sometimes, right? When we have like big goals, sometimes you're working a little bit more than other times. And other times you're doing maybe an hour or maybe an hour and a half a day. Like, and that's spread out throughout your day. Okay. Like for me, like I might be doing something for maybe 10 to 15 minutes at a time. You do not have to be on your phone all the time. Like, let me say that again. You do not have to be on your phone all the time. I know it may feel like that you need to be on your phone, but I promise you, you don't. Like the best thing that someone told to me is setting hours. Say you have someone message you and it's like 7 o'clock at night asking about promoter. Are you going to message them about it right away? Or are you going to wait until your business hours are open the next day? I really want you to think about that, because I will tell you, when I used to message right away, I felt so trapped into my phone. So what I do now, even if I know I might be talking to someone, like I want you to be confident within yourself, having that authority, having that boldness within you. You know what you have here. You know that they're going to be there the next day. You take care of you. You take care of your family. You take whatever that you need to take care of, because the next day it's going to be there. So setting those boundaries, setting those timelines, setting those time management, it is so important in this. Okay, here we go. Okay, you are creative. The thing is, I want you to really take ownership of something that you feel like you don't have. Okay, I know that might sound really, really weird. I don't want you to compare. I want you to become inspired. When you see, this is, and it all starts up here. We have to reprogram our brain and not in the comparison. And us as women, especially little girls growing up through middle school, high school, we are very affected by that, right? Like it is all around us. And especially like, I remember like CMT, MTV, like BET, like all of those, like when it was like really, really massive, like every day before you go to school, it was on the TV. But I want you to think about, what could you learn from watching someone else, what they're doing, that you can make a twist that puts your own twist to it. Like always look how someone's designing something. Always look how someone is showing up. Like always examining, like when I watch TV shows, when I watch movies, it's so funny now that I watch how they go frame by frame, how they go like zooming in on something and like continually moving the picture. Like I never really thought about it because I was so engrossed into it. And so when I took that step back, I was like, this is really amazing. So I started taking that and putting it into my social media. And the thing is, like, I know it can be really hard to be like, well, so-and-so's doing this, so-and-so's doing this, they're doing this. What am I supposed to do? I don't even know where to even start. I feel super overwhelmed right now. I don't even like, and then I shut down. Then I don't show up because I feel all of this is all going on and I don't know where to begin. Like, I get that. Like, and I want you to know, like, you are not alone in that feeling at all. Like, I still get those feelings sometimes, but I've gotten to the point that I have to stop myself and be like, she's not me. She hasn't gone through what I've gone through. And it's a good reality check because we all have a story. You might not feel like, oh my gosh, like there's nothing special about me. Like I've never like done anything super special, whatnot. Like, I beg to differ. I beg to differ. So okay, so action and consistency is key. I know you hear it all the time. It's like nails on a chalkboard. I get it, but it's true. The only way that you're going to figure out what works for you is actually getting in it and doing it. It's the same thing when it comes to working out, driving a car, cooking, learning a new job, like all of it. Like when you really think about it, it's true. It really is. Heck, motherhood doesn't come with a handbook, but here you are, you have a newborn baby, figure it out. But here, like in this community, like you have all of us, like you can ask any questions, and this is a completely safe space for you that you can feel comfortable, that you can feel safe, and that you can learn. Okay, so your vision starts with you. How incredible is that? Like I was telling Logan yesterday, no country is perfect. Like I've been to 12 countries, and every day, like I'm very grateful for like of where I come from. I'm very grateful for it. But the one thing I was telling him was for the fact that in our country, I think it's the most amazing thing is that you can decide one day, you know what, I'm going to start a business, and you go out and you get to start a business. Other countries, that doesn't happen. That doesn't exist. Like that is a dream for so many people, and it doesn't happen for them. Like what we have here is such a blessing and such a gift. Okay, so let's get into it. My favorite part. Okay, so I want you to think about when you go shopping, when you decorate your house, when you buy clothes, when like any kind of looks, like whatever. I want you to think about what are the colors that catch your eye the most? Like what are the things that those colors that you always gravitate towards? Okay, I want you to think of that. It could be, and I want you to think about like, what does it look like? Is it kind of like that boho feel, rustic? Like, is it more of like a deep, like, I don't want to say dark, but like kind of that moodiness? Or is it bright and colorful? And then I want you to think about when you see those things, how does it make you feel? Do you get excited? Like when I see bright colors, I feel excited. Does it make you calm? Or is it kind of like you just kind of go with the feeling type? So I want you to grab a paper and pen, and I want you to start jotting things down. And it could be literally anything. Like, do you like kind of like that sun-kissed look? Do you like, of course, like that boho, like tan looking feel, or the bright colors, or the deep? Like, I really want you to start really thinking of these and start jotting them down. Okay. So I'm going to keep going, and you can start, and you can keep doing that. Okay. All right. Okay. So I put some ideas together that I want to work on, like the business. Okay. You can incorporate this into every pillar. Okay. Every single pillar. But when it comes to the business, I want you, and on a bunch of my one-on-ones that I've had, the one thing that I love seeing when I go to someone's like stories or their page is their own created graphics, meaning not going to Pinterest and like grabbing that. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. Not like the graphics that we create like on our team and stuff. Oh, that's beautiful, sis. Okay. So some things that you can do is talking about the credits, the auto bonus, VIPs, lifestyle giveaways, retreats, social proof. When I mean social proof, I'm meaning customer reviews, promoter reviews, things like that. People, what they're saying, promos. It could be the company's promo. It could be your own promo, trainings and meetings. What do we have here? Like a lot of people feel like, and past experience promoters, like you pretty much have to figure out on your own. Like here, we have like a platter of all this stuff. Like, here you go. And all you have to do is start taking action. Like you don't really have to figure out the nitty gritty stuff. And those pain points. If you have not done the trainings in RA, the guides, I strongly encourage you to go do it. Absolutely amazing. Pain points. Like, here's the thing when it comes to pain points, I'm not talking about like this. When sharing pain points, you want to hit on something that you've gone through that just really stuck with you, that is very relatable to other, like your audience who you're speaking to. But I want you to show them a story. I want you to show them like, okay, like for me, my husband's a law enforcement officer. And every time when he leaves, everything hits the fan. We go to the ER, my kids get sick, I get hurt, something bad happens every single time. And my son, the last one, it was pretty much my final straw. I'm like, okay, like this business, I want to be able to bring my husband more home and he doesn't have to go on details from March to pretty much November. Like his schedule is off and on, and I become a single parent majority of the time. And I want him home more. So that was something that I shared about and really showcasing, we met in the military and just hitting like those small pain points that, that person who you're speaking to, like always think about one person when you're talking to your stories, when you are writing a post or anything. Like try not to speak to the crowd because your voice will not go far. Does that make sense? Okay. So of course, keep it simple. I always say, keep it stupid simple. It does not have to be this long drawn out. The one thing that I've really learned about social media lately, like, of course, Facebook's different from Instagram. I'm not over on TikTok, so I really don't know about that over there. But Instagram is very all reels and very short captions. Like I've realized a lot of people really aren't writing a whole lot of long captions. If they are, they're not getting a whole lot of engagement because people are swiping, right? They're swiping. So the one thing that you can do is use reels to your advantage. Like you can do still photos and still tell a story and using reels. Like the biggest thing that I have found is linking up a sound bite to what your message is. Like have it correlated together, that it has meaning to it, and mix it up. Like do something like a deep feeling, do something funny, do something silly, like have kind of a serious thing, have something like a business, like always switch it up. Okay. So the more you take action, the more you will discover who you are. And it's true. And always telling yourself, like, I know like when it comes to affirmations, like I get it. I used to like roll my eyes like, okay, like whatever. But I listened to a podcast on Motiversity and it just like hit me. Like this guy was talking about him every morning he would say the same affirmations to himself, like where he was going in life. And it took him a year to have his dreams come true. But he worked tirelessly. Of course, that's different. That's corporate. but it really inspired me. Like everything starts with a thought, and then it goes with an action. Then it starts unfolding, right? So I want you to think about that. Okay. The biggest thing that I probably have heard lately is take it back to the basics. Keep it simple. Like thinking about right now, we have this amazing promo drop, right? I want you to think about, yeah, we have like all of these bonuses going on, right? But how can you help someone coming in start seeing success right away? And for me, that's helping them thrive for free, helping hitting their VIPs. And the most like for me, and I know a lot of for you too, is having a community like this, like is absolutely huge. Like I really want you to think about like yourself and how you feel about why you show up every single day, about why you love your products. What is it helping you with, like your day to day, not just like in the business, but like how can you make that relatable and showcase on your stories? Because our social media is our storefront. Like we don't have a physical location. Our physical location is on this. So sell the problem you solve, not focus on the product you sell. Like people will remember emotions, what they experienced, than the verbatim of how everything happened. Like a car wreck, for example. Like people remember the emotion that they were feeling, but they don't remember the step-by-step everything what happened after that. And that's how I kind of remember it, and it kind of helps me like take a step back so I can figure out, okay, like how can I showcase this to my audience? Okay. Okay. Right. Okay. Let's see if I can move. Okay. All right. Okay. So we are going to create some graphics. Okay. So we are literally at the 30-minute mark. So I want you to, okay, not yet before I start. The 3 steps, which is AKA our Thrive experience. I want you to start brainstorming. There's many ways that you can showcase the 3 steps. Like you do not have to do it like what the 3 steps do for you, like, instant energy, all these things. But I also want you to start thinking about like how it's helped you. How has it helped your customers? How has it helped someone on the team? Like there are stories that you can showcase on your stories. And that's something that, I did a self-check on this last month. I'm like, I barely even did that. And I used to do it all the time. And I got so much interaction and questions because I was sharing more than just my story. So different apps these are the apps that I use. This is all I use. But majority of everything that I use is Canva when it comes to creating graphics. When it comes to unfold stories, I will really go towards unfold like pain points, because it's just like a already designed graphic that you can put your picture to, things like that. But again, like don't be afraid to mix it up. Like do like one day you can do still like this about the 3-step sample pack. Like you can do things like this like one day, then the other day you can make it into like a video. Like I don't know if you guys ever seen, like I showcase how simple the 3 steps are, and then I take them through how I do it, like taking my vitamins, then I put a thing up, okay, waited 20 minutes and then kept on going, and I put it all in one slide, like one frame on stories, and then I call it good. And I'll show you guys that too, so you can see like how I do that. And then you can overlay your graphics while you're talking. That's a great way to showcase as well. Okay, let's go create. Okay, so I'm going to see. Oh, it's not light. Okay, yeah. So I'm going to pull. Let's see if it will let me.
Can we pause for like 3 seconds for just a I'm having almost a mental breakdown because everything's falling apart. Give me like 2 seconds.
You're good. You're good.
Look at this. What is this? Hang on.
No, you're good. I got to get my phone hooked up. So you're good. You're good.
I did too. And then I lost things. Things happened. Okay. All right. Okay. You're good. Sorry.
No, you're fine. You're fine. You're good. Okay, so I gotta switch screens. So just give me a second. I gotta stop sharing this. Okay, first, before I go on, let me check. Okay, try making mine. What would Bobby? Laurel, he cracked me up. Okay, screen sharing. My phone. We're just gonna do this. Yeah, we're gonna do that. Okay, let's see if it's going to. Oh, yay! All right. I don't know. Okay. Okay, can you see that? Yes? Yes? Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay. So we are going to go into this bubble that I have. Okay. So I'm going, we're going to create 3 steps. Okay. We can create, okay, we're going to do the 3 steps explaining, and then you can have one like we can create something like this too. So 3-step sample pack. And I don't know if you guys will have to let me know in the comments, but do you have the link that is straight into your back office for your sampler requests? Yes, no, yes, no. Okay, I will send that. And I will show you. It's so easy. So easy. Okay. All right. So I just wanted to kind of show you guys, you know, you can make things for your own promos, to your products of whatever that you want to do. Have something up that you can hurry and like you can change the background. Okay. So like, for example, like I've already shared this. All right. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to click on this, okay, on the screen on it, okay, and I'm going to go down and I'm going to hit replace. Does anybody like has a general idea how to work Canva? A little bit? No, that's okay. I got you. Okay, so you're going to hit replace, okay, and this is going to pop up to your camera roll. All right, now there's multiple ways that you can do this. So you can go over to photos, and this is going to bring up all of Canva's photos. Okay. Now, if you do not, so I had the subscription to Canva. Okay. Let me tell you, you do not have to at all. It might just take you 2 seconds longer, but you do not have to pay for it if you don't want to. And I will show you how to do it. I just been using Canva so much, and I'm like, I'm just gonna pay for the monthly subscription. I can't remember what it is. I'll find what it is. But how I go about things, like you can literally search anything. So like I hit like, okay, we're gonna go to past things and hit bright. So it's gonna pull up bright different backgrounds. Okay. So you know what? I'm kind of feeling this kind of neon looking one. So it's going to pop up and it's going to put that on my background. Okay. Okay. You're going to have to go tell. Okay. Go tell Dad. She's very worried about Santa right now. No, I'm not. Okay. No, she's not. I know. You're so good. Okay. So I'm going to show you how to like change up like your like fonts. So you can come down to fonts. If you see, let's see if it'll pop. If you see like the crown, it just means if you do not have the subscription, you can't use it. Okay. But let me tell you, there are so many fonts out there. Like I said, you do not have to get the subscription if you do not want to. So how to change the effects of this. Okay. Now watch. Okay. We're going to scroll over and we're going to hit effects. Okay. You see this pop up at the bottom? Now, I really want it to glow. So I'm going to hit this glow. So it's going to change it to this. And I'm like, you know what? That looks pretty cheesy. I'm not really feeling that. So I'm going to come over to splice. So you see there's 2 different color tones, right? So I want you to hit splice again. Okay. We're going to hit it again. Do you see at the bottom that there's a color palette right there? We're going to hit it again. And now we're going to change it. Okay. Now watch. I think I'm just going to go with the color black. It changed the background. Okay. So you can manipulate it however that you want. Okay. There's more. Okay. Ready? Okay. So say I really like this font. Okay. I really like it. But I want it in a different word. So how the heck am I going to do that? So I'm going to tap it, and you see that plus sign? We're going to duplicate it. Okay. But I'm like, well, I don't want it to be the same. So I'm like, okay, let's go back over to the effects. And I'm like, well, you know, kind of is already outlined. So how about we just hit the outline again? I'm like, oh, you know, okay, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to take out this guy and okay, boop, boop. Okay, so we're just going to delete him. Okay. And I'm going to write review. Okay. So we can make this like more legit. Okay. So I'm like, you know, that's just not really, I'm not feeling it at all. It's not looking how I want it to. So I'm like, we're just going to kind of make it bold. And I'm like, it's looking a little bit better. But I'm like, I kind of want it maybe glowing. I'm like, ooh, I really like that. So that's something how easy that you can do stuff. Now, okay, I added this picture to it. Super easy how to do it. Just go down to the plus sign, okay? And you're going to go to, I'm going to go to, so these are all my uploads that I have already stored in this, okay? So I'm just going to decide to, you know, I'm going to put our giveaway in this. So I'm going to take out this, and I just added this. Oops. And I'm just going to make it just like that. Now, here's the thing. This is the other trick. So say you have videos on this, like you have like another slide and it's a video and you want to save something, okay? Something easy that you can do, you can screenshot it and cut it out, or all you have to do, you just have to customize this guy. So all you have to do is hit down and hit the PNG, okay? And then you want to click whatever slides that you want, and then you'll hit download and it will download for you. Okay, so now, okay, let's get into creating. Okay, you ready? Ready? I'm so excited about this. Okay, we're gonna hit the plus button. I want you to hit templates, okay? See all these beautiful templates that come up? No? Are we there? You're good. Okay, I'm waiting. You're not there? Okay, I'm waiting. Do you need help? Where you at? Okay.
Yeah. Okay. I'm lost. I don't know where you are. I see a big ball, and I feel like I'm not on the right spot.
Okay, turn your phone. Let me see.
It's not. Hang on. It's on a cord. Sorry. Do you see it?
Okay, so I want you to go up and hit the up at the top. I
Uh-huh.
want you to come up and I want you to hit, see this left home button? You see that?
Yeah.
Okay, click that. What does it do?
Loads.
Okay,
Oh.
well,
Discard changes. And then it takes me to this. Is this what you're on? Like all the.
okay, perfect. Okay, if you were right there, okay, like this, is it kind of like this?
That's where I go. Yeah, this is where I'm
Okay,
at.
so I want you to hit, okay, you see, I'm sorry, I should have showed this first. You
No, you're
see
fine.
all of this? So these are the different layouts that
Okay.
will go towards whatever frame size, okay? So I want you to click your story, okay? We're gonna click your story, okay? And it's gonna pop up like this, okay?
Okay.
You got it? Everybody
I
good?
got it. I feel like I'm caught up now. Thank you.
Okay, you're good. Okay, so I'm gonna go back. So I had just have everything like a little bit together. Okay, all right. Okay, so it's gonna randomly like load things. Okay, now you can change things, whatever that you're looking for. When I create stuff, I cheat all the time. I will tell you that I cheat because I use they have everything done for you practically. You can like spice it to like whatever you want a little bit. You can change every color, every design, like you can manipulate all of it. Okay. All right. So I want to do the 3 steps. So I'm always kind of thinking like, okay, like what is something that I could really do to kind of showcase the 3 steps a little bit as like together as like the Thrive experience. So in my mind, I want to have something like this. And why I want to pick something like this is because there's 3 photos. And I'm going to showcase the vitamins, the shakes, and the DFTs. And up in this corner, I'm going to put something about the 3 steps. Okay. Let me go back and kind of show you guys, because I really want to show some examples for you just to give you guys some ideas of things that I've done before. Let's see. Okay, like right here. Okay, so something like this, I would really encourage you to kind of like make it into your own. And they're really all like saved in the team chat. And I can kind of drop a few if some of you like don't have it. But why Thrive supplements? Like that's a big thing. Like what's so special about Thrive supplements? So give them a little bit of fact of stuff, like not overloading them, giving them a little bit of educational stuff. But like all of this kind of stuff is kind of talking about the 3 steps. So like that 3 picture that I showed you, I would kind of manipulate that into something using what our vitamins are, what our shakes are, and what our patches are. One time I took a picture of like I had something of the 3 steps, and I put every like feeling, like more energy, I was more of a present mom, like kind of like those emotional feelings that it's helped you with. I kind of just like put it all over. And I did kind of a question at the bottom. And if I can find it, I will share it with you guys. But I wanted to see. No, that's not it. I was kind of hoping. Okay, probably not. It's a little bit. Okay, so I kind of used. Okay, well, it's not going to find it for me. So we're just going to go back to this. Okay, so something that I would do is like this. I'm going to, if you haven't taken like pictures of your own of like your products, I would really encourage you to do it. There's tons of other product pictures in like the team chats and stuff, and you are more than welcome to use those. They're amazing. Not saying that you have to go out and take your own pictures, but I would put some in here. So how to replace it. So I'm going to put the top one as the vitamins. Okay, so you're going to hit it. You're going to hit replace. Then I already have stuff uploaded. So the greatest thing that you can do, so if you want to upload something in your Canva file, all you have to do is hit that button, upload files, and it'll bring up your camera roll that you can click your camera roll, and it'll upload everything in there for you. So you don't have to keep going back and finding it. So this is kind of like a little bit of a shortcut. So I'm going to scroll down, and I kind of see already like vitamins right here. So I'm going to click the vitamins, and it's going to replace it. Okay. Then I'm going to come down to the second one. I'm going to hit replace again, hit uploads, and I already have like shape boxes like right here. So I'm just going to hit the shape boxes, and I'm going to click it. Now, here's the thing. You can move the picture around. So if you double click it, it's going to pop it like this. So you can move the picture, you can zoom it, you can move it however you want. Okay. So I'm going to hit done, and it's going to save the picture just like that, how I wanted it. So I'm going to go over and put the DFT. So I'm going to find a DFT picture, and I'm going to go with our 10-year. Now, I probably wouldn't leave it like this. So I'm going to show you what I would do, because I want you to think, if you saw this picture, would it be appealing to you? Like you'd be like, oh, this is so aesthetically pleasing. And you see like the 10-year, you're like, oh, that's so pretty. Like, that's not really eye-catching to me. So this is what I would do. So I'm going to click the picture, okay? And I'm going to hit effects. So this is going to come down. I can blur the picture, retouching, photogenics, auto enhancement, but I'm going to hit the background remover. And it's going to take the background behind this picture as soon as it gets done. Okay, there it is. So as you can see, this is something that I would do. So you see how it's kind of going behind this? You see that? So I'm going to scroll over and hit position. You see that? Position. We're going to hit position. Well, I can't go farther back because it's already in the back. So I'm going to bring it forward and it's going to pop up right above that. So I kind of want to like kind of tilt it so you kind of see that circle thing. So I can move it side to side and you can shrink it however like you want to. So I'm just going to kind of put this guy, I'm kind of like feeling a little bit right here. And then up in this corner, like in the right hand corner, I'm going to make like a bold statement, but I want my audience to kind of be left in the wind a little bit. I want them to keep hitting like, oh, what is she going to do next? So then the next slide, I would go into the what the vitamins are. But another thing that you can do is do a story of you talking about the vitamins, of how it makes you feel. And you can do an overlay over your video of what the vitamins do. Like, oh, they're 90 to 96 absorption rate. They're pharmaceutical grade. They're mentholated. But being able to show them something factual, but being able to tell them, like, I can wake up in the morning, get my kids up, make them homemade breakfast every single morning. I don't feel like I'm like losing my mind, getting my kids dressed for school, getting them out the door, and myself off to work. Because before, cold cereal, oatmeal, that's what you get. Like, it definitely can really resonate with a lot of moms because, you know, a lot of moms want to be able to cook for their kids. They want to be able to give them a nutritional breakfast of some kind. But when they feel so irritable and so tired, it's not going to happen, right? So I would really encourage you, and I will actually, if you can't go back into the files, I don't know if there's been anything recent dropped in there about like the steps or anything, but you can take information from it and take it into like your own and make your own graphics. So the last thing that I really wanted to kind of touch on with you guys, because I know we're kind of getting a little bit close and I'm really sorry. No, this one. I wanted to really touch on, if it's gonna pop up, maybe not. Okay. It just wants to be really slow. Okay, I had one slide that I really wanted, and it was my very end one. See if it's in. Okay, I really wanted you guys to think about like your main social media page. Not meaning it has to be exactly like this, but clear pictures go such a long ways. Like when people are able to see a picture that has more life to it, it's more pleasing to them, and they're going to want to further watch your stuff, like your stuff. So when you are sharing stuff on like your stories, I want you to like always think about like, is this like something that I would want to come across in someone else's social media page, and would I like that? Like, always do self audits on yourself. Always think about, would I like seeing something that's like all cram packed, super dark? Would I like something like that? And have fun with it. That's like the biggest thing. Like, there is no wrong way how to do this. And that's the most amazing thing that I love. for the fact, like for me, I struggled in school with English because every English teacher had one exact way, never made sense to me. So I hated English. So, but when it came to art and creativity, like there was no wrong way of doing it. It's whatever that you felt that resonated with you. And I really want to encourage you guys to find that, to discover that. But the only way to do that is to start doing it. And, I really want to leave you guys with this, that, I know especially times right now may be feeling like it's super hard to like show up because you might not be feeling well, or, you'd be doing all the things, but like you're just not getting anybody or whatnot. Like today, like I had a gal who I've talked to, she also has a chronic illness. I've been talking to her since January, and she couldn't do it because she didn't have enough money. And for me, I was like, you know what? Like your time's just not right now. And I'm gonna be here. So when you're ready, like I'm here for you. And I still showed up on her social media, gave her lives. It wasn't all the time, but I still showed up in some way. Like we're all human beings, we get busy. And she, out of the blue, she messaged me today and she was like, I'm ready to go. Like, but she also said, which blew me out of the water, because I never brought up promoting, I never brought up anything, but on my stories and on my social media, I talk about it. I share about it. I share other people. And she said that if I'm going to be taking this, then I might as well make something from it. So I was like, okay, like, let's go. That's the thing. Like, just be, if you feel people aren't showing up, are you sharing the things on your social media to let them know what you have here? Like, are you talking about the VIPs? Are you talking about the auto bonus? Even, okay, I want to tell you this. I always shared about the auto bonus before I even earned the auto bonus. Like I was showing up that I was already getting it because I was so confident, like that's going to happen. Like how amazing is that? Like I'm going to make it happen. And people were like, they couldn't believe something like that existed. And when it happened, they were like, okay, they started asking questions. I had more questions, interactions. I did have a few signups, but I'm still talking to those people. Like fear holds back a lot of people. And, you being able to show up for them and showing them what's possible here, like they will come to you. But I want you to think about what you're talking about, what you're sharing about, and how you're sharing about it. It's the littlest things. And I just hope like you guys know that I'm always here for you. So if you ever need help with anything, like all you have to do is message me. You can message me privately, whatever, and I will help you. Like that's what I love about our community, is that we're right there side by side helping each other, but no one will know what you need unless you speak up for yourself. And that was something that I really had to learn, because I'm the type of person that I will suck it up in severe pain, will not go to the doctor until I'm like on my deathbed. And then my husband's yelling at me because we're headed to the ER. And that was something that really helped me here was I was continuously getting in my own way. And I didn't realize that I was getting in my own way. Like I want you to think about, are you having coping mechanisms that kind of come into play when you don't make a sale in a week or a month? Like last month, I shared with you guys, I didn't make one sale last month. But you know what? I learned a lot. I took my growth and I'm taking action this month, because last month I did a lot of growth and I was like, you know what? I'm done with it. Like, let's go. And I told Logan, I was like, you know what? Like, I don't know why I keep holding myself back on certain months when I go through growth periods. I hold myself back and I'm like, why? So I'm like, screw it. I'm like, it's going to be messy. I don't know what's going to be like, but I know that I'm going to be taking those steps forward. And I did. And sure enough, I have more conversations because I am, be bold. Like, people don't know what you have here. People don't know what your rank is. People don't know what anything is. Like, your rank does not dictate how, like, you showing up every single day. It doesn't. And that's what I love about this company. Like, every day in my mind, like, you guys, I have a note. My one fell off, but I have a note everywhere that says I'm a 40K leader. I just wrote one this month that says I'm a 200K leader. Like, put those things out for yourself, manifest it, subconsciously keep telling yourself that. Like, how would your future self show up? How would she show up? And when you start realizing how she would show up, start showing up as her. I know it's going to be scary. I know it's going to be really difficult. Like, we all know how that is, but I promise you, when you start doing that, it's going to feel so dang good. Like, it's going to feel so good. But that's what I have for you guys. 2 minutes to spare. But if you guys have any questions or whatnot, I'm all ears for you guys. But I hope this was helpful. I just really wanted to pour into you guys a lot, especially about the whole mindset side and showing up social media and posting, and like, all of it starts up here. But if you don't have a goal that you're working towards, it's going to be really hard to show up. And I really want you to really think about that. Like, for me, every single month, I was telling Amber last night on our one-on-one, every month, my first goal is to thrive for free. As soon as I hit that, then I'm working on to my 4K. As soon as I hit that, I'm working on towards my 12K. And then I just keep on going. But along the way, like, I'm not, like, when you pour into other people, it motivates you to show up more for yourself. And so when I started doing that, showing more up on the team pages, stepping up a little bit more, doing like these team calls. Like, it's so funny how my first team call, I was very like robotic, and it makes me laugh every single time. But we all have to start somewhere. Like, we all have to start somewhere. And that's the only way that we're going to grow and get better at things. So I really encourage you guys this month to do something that scares the poop out of you and go do it. So, anybody else got something? No? Okay, let's see. Okay, I didn't even see the team chat. Okay. Yeah, like, rank has no say. Like, showing up, like, okay, this is the last thing I want to point out, because I know it's 7 o'clock and my kids, and I know everybody has stuff, but I want you to think about, like, when it comes to social media, like, when you, so I want you to think about, you're pretty much like by yourself, maybe sometimes. I will be honest, it's taking me, I've been doing social media for 4 years now, and it's taking me Mexico to get out of my own bubble and start doing stuff in front of my husband. There's a truth bomb for you. So anyways, okay, you're like talking to yourself. It can be like, like you're kind of talking whatnot, but I want you to think about, like, when you're around your group of friends, like, how excited do you get? Like, you get like really pumped, and like your voice kind of changes, and like you're really excited about things. How are you doing that? You need to show up by your lonesome, like talking to whoever you're talking to. I know it sounds weird. I know it sounds like, okay, that's like, I thought the same thing too. But I promise you, when people feel tones a lot more than anything, it's really wild. Like, I feel like I've learned a lot more about like the human, like, emotional side with social media, and like how marketing works. Like, I really want you to pay attention when commercials come on, when you are out and about. I want you to pay attention to how other companies are doing stuff, because they're doing the exact same thing as what we're doing. So you can kind of take some tips and things, what they're doing, and flip it into what works for you. So, yeah, exactly. They can definitely tell. Yeah. So that's something, like, do self audits on yourself all the time. Like, I do continuously. Like, I look back like last week on some stuff. I'm like, what the heck was I doing? I'm like, okay, well, I've learned from that, and we're going to move on. All right. So anywho, all right, guys. Well, I love you all. I hope this was helpful. Thank you for joining me. I'm excited for the next one. we'll see what else that I come up with. But have an amazing evening. And I know MMM's on right now. So anywho, bye guys. Love you. And catch you next time. Bye.